Okay, I think it worked. Thank you, Chris. Rebecca, let me try. Because I can not see your name here, and I don't know what happened. But I will just leave you with us, okay? Because I don't know. I
Okay.
cannot see your name here.
Okay.
So yes, you can stay here, and if you want, you can introduce yourself, please.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Rebecca. I live here in São Paulo City. I have two dogs. I like to walk in with my dogs every day if I can. My free time, I try read something or watching TV series. And I'm always here, at least once in a week in a talk to train my English a little bit.
Okay,
And
that's it. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And what about you, Camila? Can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Camila. I live in São Paulo. I am 39 years old and I am a finance analyst and I am here just to practice my English. I need to use it every day because I have a contact with native speakers. So I started last week. So I believe to enjoy this conversation with you guys.
Okay, so be welcome.
Thank you.
And and what about you, Edmar? Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Zadimar. I'm 50 years old. I live in São Paulo. I'm married. I have two sons, boys. They are very old now because 26 and 22. There's no kids anymore. And I work usually where I used to work from Banco Itaú for 23 years. But now I'm not in Itaú anymore, and I'm just start a selection process by a foreign company. So it's in my area of the field area, that's fraud prevention systems, okay, and regarding to payment systems. That's it. I like to walk on streets, go to swimming, and some hobbies. I have some hobbies, different hobbies, like aeromodelism and 3D printing.
Oh,
That's it.
perfect. Thank you, Edmar. And what about you, Luis?
Hello, guys. I have 52 years old. I am 52 years old. I'm married. I have five dogs, four border collies, and one Bernese. I like to watch TV series in my free time, and I am with you guys in talks to better my speaking English.
Perfect, Luis. Thank you so much. And guys, let's start the conversation. The topic today is to go abroad, or we can say to go to another country. And let me see. Camila, can you read and answer the first question for us?
Yes. What place in the world do you want to visit and why? I can choose anyone to ask.
You can answer this question.
Okay. I am thinking to travel to SA. I was talking with my sister today about it, and I get my visa weeks
Oh, this
ago.
is,
So
oh my God,
yeah,
this is great.
yes, I have traveled abroad before, but only Europe. You know, I am thinking to go to USA. I don't know where or when, but I am sure that I'm going maybe in the last of the year. I don't know.
Yes, I am thinking to go to USA, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I hear that people say that to get a visa, it's so difficult. Like, I don't know. I'm scared to lose my money, because we need
Yes.
to.
No, was my first time that I tried my visa, and the interview was only in Portuguese. I
But
even need to try to
but
speak in English.
But you already go to another countries before to go to USA?
Yes, but only Europe, not USA, only
Yeah,
Europe. I
but
went
you
to,
know, I think this help when you want to get a visa for United States. I think if you go
yes,
to Portugal or I don't know, London, maybe it's help when you
yes.
want. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Camila. And what about you, Rebecca? Can you answer the question number one?
Yes, I also have a wish to visit the United States, but it's not to have fun or to study or something useful. And I don't know, other countries, I like it, a lot of places. I would like to visit Peru, Chile, Japan one day. It's very far, but let me see. Egypt, I think, but it's a very, I like the tourism there, the options. So, but right now I'm thinking a place near to Brazil, Peru, Chile is my first thought. And that's it. But also United States. But United States is practical thing. It's not just to visit the country.
Yes, and I believe that New York, like it's very famous here in Brazil. It's like a dream to know this country. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you, Rebecca. And what about you, Admar? Can you answer this question?
Yes. Many countries I'd like to visit because I went to USA twice. I went to Argentina. I went to some places in Europe, either like Italy, Germany, and in England. But I didn't visit, for example, I Irish people. So I go to Ireland, sorry. So I think I want to visit Ireland right now. I think it's a country that I love the culture. I love the music from there and the culture either. I think it's this in other countries in the world, many
Yeah.
countries.
Yes, because we have a lot of beautiful countries to visit. Sometimes it's difficult to choose just one, because we can saw a lot of pictures on the internet, and sometimes we search about some countries, and oh my God, it's so
Yes.
beautiful. And then,
Why choose the only one?
because sometimes we don't have money enough, it's
Okay,
not so
but
easy.
don't worry about that. Every time you go, you have some money to travel, so you have to do and visit different countries. I think like this.
Yes, if you have the opportunity to do that, I think it's perfect. Like you are not spending your money, you are investing in something that it's really important for your life. Yeah, but sometimes it's not so easy.
Sure,
And
sure. I
and
I agree.
yes,
And some
and
countries now have some restrictions, like then
yes,
for example, Middle East is occurring a war, like Ukraine is occurring a war. So I think East Europe, I think it's not so good now. So I think some restrictions regarding the wars,
yes.
unfortunately.
Yeah, this is true. Thank you, Ojimar. And what about you, Luis? Um,
I
can you
had a
answer?
chance. I had a chance to work in a global service delivery center in Ericsson. I had a chance to visit couple of countries, and but I really would like to visit Italy. Italy is my favorite country. Country of my grandfathers and grandmothers. I really would like to visit Sicilia.
Nice.
I never travel abroad, but I believe that it's a beautiful place to visit. I saw a lot of pictures and it's amazing. And Luis, can you read and answer the question number two for us?
Which aspects should you consider before going abroad? Which aspects? Money. If you have enough money to do the travel. I believe the war is something that is important to you to know. Read read about the culture is very important to know. I traveled to India and I visited couple places where you could not touch women's, and that should be disrespectful. And I didn't know. And it's important to know the culture of the country to prevent to make mistakes.
Very good advice.
Yes, I think if you are respectful, you will be welcome in every place that you go, you know. But it's important to pay attention about some rules that this country have, because what is normal here in Brazil, maybe it can be dangerous in another country. So yeah, it's really important to
The
pay attention on
Brazilian
this.
the Brazilian three kisses when you know each other is not so well in the other countries.
Yes, yes. And I believe that we are kind of person that like kisses and hugs, and the most of people abroad, like they don't like these things. They are more cold maybe, and we are so hot. So
Yeah.
yeah, we need to pay attention. And what about you, Camila?
In my case, it was instead of besides talk about money, I think it was the weather. I had a bad experience when I went to Ireland, as Odmar said, was really cold, and I had a
Oh,
bad experience.
oh,
Yes, and I was feeling so cold that I could not think to go back there, and I decided in the next year go to a place that was sunny days every almost
sure.
all days in the year, and I went to Malta. Was a country near to Italy. I don't know if someone know or heard about it.
Yes,
And
It's a
in my
beautiful
uh,
case,
place.
financial
yes, yes,
paradise, something like this.
yes, it's really a really beautiful place. And in my case, was the weather because I had a very bad experience in Ireland. So this is beside money, okay, guys.
Yes, I feel you because I feel a lot of cold. Like I'm cold all the time. Sometimes it's really hot here in my city, but I
Yeah.
am wearing my sweat, and I don't know. For me, it's really difficult if I need to go for some country. It's very cold. I think I will not survive.
Not so easy, not so easy.
So I think Camila has a good point because we have to pay attention seasons.
Yes,
Yeah, yes.
yes, it's really
And believe
important.
the when you're cold in this place, it's, used to be cheaper. So you decide what do you prefer because
Yes, yes. I think
it
it's
is
better
attractive.
the middle stations. I think like spring or autumn is better. But
Yeah,
it's not so expensive, and but the weather is much better to go to the places. And it's good.
yes. So in my case, it's weather because it's really important for me.
Yes. I believe so. Thank you, Camila. And what about you, Rebecca?
Hi guys, in my case, I don't bother too much about the weather. I like cold weather. I don't have this problem. Um, but let me see about the money. I agree. Also need to consider it a lot if it's a place as Switzerland, Swiss. I don't know if I could handle it because it's too much expensive a trip to that place. But I also save it. I need to see, for example, if I travel alone by myself, I prefer go to a place safe. If I go in a group, it's a thing. But if I go just me, I need to think about if it's a place that respect women, for example, And if is Europa, it's a place that yeah, it's better now. People don't have too much trouble. It's too much tourism there, so they are used with that. But for example, I said that I would like to visit Egypt. Egypt is a danger place, and then I would to be go to a group, I think. Also, about culture, I do agree that we are tourists. We need to know about the place that we are going to respect those people that live there. I think it's the minimum that we need to do to prevent us to pass for a bad situation. But what I realize is even when we try be well informed and know, we can pass things because it's too much. It's surprises depend of the place. It's so much different. And then the people return with that funny stories and share. I was ashamed about something. This part I think it's cool. But there's some worries that I would have save money and yeah, that's it. That's all about culture.
Yes, and this is so sad because you're talking about something that is very interesting, that maybe a man don't pay attention about these things, but we human know what happened with us here in Brazil, and we know that have the same things in another country. So yeah, it's something that, oh my God, I need to think about my life when I go to another country, because it's totally different. Because if you are a man and you want to travel abroad, maybe you don't have this thought like, oh, I need to feel safe because I am a man. These things doesn't happen. And yeah, you say something that it's very important. I'm thinking about to travel abroad, like alone, maybe the next year. And yeah, I need to think about these things, like each country it's more safe for us women. And another thing that it's about the weather, because I feel a lot of cold. And about the culture, I think it's important. For example, I think I it's New York, it's not a good place for me because I am a healthy person. And like my food, it's real food. I eat a lot of vegetables and fruits and these things. And we know that there in restaurants, a lot of fast food, McDonald's and these things that I will not eat at all, these things. So for me, it's very difficult to find something to eat. So maybe New York, talking about food, it's not a good place for me. But yeah, I don't know if I can uh leave or bring with me food, like on the airplane. I don't know if I can do this,
No,
but
it's almost impossible to go to care food with, because
but
it's, I
but
think that
even
there's
if
some
I say
laws.
that, even if I say that I have restrictions, like
It's
dietary
very difficult.
restrictions.
It's
I
very
don't think
difficult.
so. I don't
Oh,
think
this
you
is
can
really
leave it.
sad. But oh my God, how I can't found these things, like uh oh
Or for
my God.
example, in many countries we have a Brazilian restaurant. So I don't know about New York, but I think this is possible.
There is a
Some
lot of
place,
there is a
most
lot
place.
of place in New York you
Yeah,
can eat better. Yes, like
yeah.
not American food, but Mexican food, or even Middle East food. They have a better food than it's more like our food. Like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay, Arabian food is more like our food than American food. So you go to the park, they have the food truck. They have
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of food
yeah.
trucks with different kind of foods you can choose, no problem.
Oh, now I feel better. Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
No
it's
excuses. You can go. No excuses.
no
Enjoy your
excuses. Yes, you're gonna find something you can eat, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I don't know. Everybody answered this question. I get lost. I'm sorry. Please, you already answered this question, everyone?
I have already answered.
Okay, so Odimar.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so Odimar, can you read and answer the question number 3?
I got to yes. To improve your language skills, you must to go abroad, or it's possible to conquer this ability in your country. Yes, it's nowadays regarding the technology. I work remotely, so I used to deal with people, foreign people. For example, Itaú has some. It was a client. Bank Itaú was client for some foreign countries, some foreign companies. So I have to deal with the support guys from other countries, and they're always talking English with them. So I think I improved my English just working remotely nowadays. So talking with you, like talk, it's an example of that. So it's very, very possible now because of technology.
Yes, and I believe that when we are studying the language, we can improve more. Like, because sometimes I saw a lot of native speakers that they don't speak correctly, like the grammar, and we sometimes we push ourselves too much, like, oh, uh, uh, s- uh, I need to talk like correctly the words and put
Perfectly.
perfectly. Yes, yes, I need to be perfect because, oh my god, people will judge me. So but I saw that people here in Brazil judge us like uh, much more than people from another country. So, oh, this is terrible.
Yes, I think so. I think I agree with you.
Oh,
We are
and
very hard to with us, with
yes,
ourselves.
and
Sometimes we're very hard.
and it's totally possible to learn English, Spanish, or French, here in Brazil. It's just just depends only of you, if you really want something, if you really want to improve this skill, it's possible. I was working for a multinational company, and I need to talk with customers from Mexico, Chile, Colombia, but I don't speak Spanish, but I can communicate, because uh, I put a lot of effort on this. Like, I really want to talk to you, so we can communicate. Maybe it's not perfect, but yes, it's possible to learn with other people, even if you are not studying about grammar. But if you can understand, we can use our body language, for example, to send our message. So yeah. And what do you think about this question, Camila?
This is the big point for me. As I told, I start the talk and talk maybe last week, and I had the experience to study abroad, and of course you can improve a lot without even thinking about the I am studying. You just go. And when I come back to Brazil, I was without study for 1 or 2 years. And I felt like, oh my gosh, why I stopped to study here. So I think nowadays I had the experience to talk with native speakers or just other people who speak in English, like Indian, like, I don't know, I can talk with all the places in English. And I know we are here in Brazil so worried about our grammar and about the things. I am this person who push myself to study grammar sometimes, but I am feeling that these kind of conversations can help me a lot. I know sometimes we had a little mistakes, but I think the most important thing is to be understandable, is to be clear and pass your message. I know sometimes grammar is not perfect, but for me it's a big point. And you can watch your conversations later and feel what you should be better. I don't know, but this is my big point because I am thinking, oh, I need the grammar, just conversation can help me. What should I do? I know the type of English that you use in a company is different. That language, the language that you can use in a conversation. So this is a great question for me. And I agree, we can improve here in Brazil, but when you had the opportunity to study abroad, I think it's really better because you cannot say nothing in Portuguese. You don't need to, you cannot change. Oh, I don't know how to say copo. You don't have this kind of, you, I don't know, you have to be aware and be a way to say what you need. So it's good because you have to understand and think fast how to say the things. So I think it's possible improve here in Brazil, but most when you go abroad to study, in my opinion. Okay.
Yes. You say something that it's very interesting because, for example, if I don't know how to say copo, I need to find a way to say what I want to say. So
Exactly.
I need that thing that I
Look
used
like a
to drink
doing.
water, or just do
Yeah.
something. And this is amazing. I think this is really good. But I believe that you need to go at least with the basic English. You need to know something like to introduce yourself, to ask for help, to ask for food. And I think it's important. But of course, when you go there, you will improve a lot because it's not subtitles, to translate the
Yeah.
things. And yeah, this is
Yes.
this is something
And
amazing that,
sometimes you realize that you don't know the simple word, the simple things that you
yeah,
use. Sometimes you realize that I my god, oh my gosh, I don't know how to say campainha, for example. So this is
yeah.
a good thing that we need to think about it.
Oh my God, this is true. And I don't know how to say campainha.
Ring a bell.
Ring bell, I guess.
Ring a bell.
Oh,
Ring
perfect.
bell.
Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Camila. And what about you, Rebecca?
And guys, I totally agree that we can learn English without get out of Brazil. My case, I never visit other country. And I remember the platform that I started learning English, a free platform. I remember that the professor, the teacher there, um, he has an amazing English, but until that time, he never traveled to a place, other country. It's unbelievable. His English, it's amazing. And we know sometimes stories about that, but um, today we can talk. I think that's the main point to learn a language, talking with other people. We can use internet to talk in a Zoom, and it's totally possible. However, when people have the opportunity to travel, they say that they learn too much thing in a short of time because they put too much effort in that. So it works too, or and I think it depends the profile of the person. It's give a boost because some people don't like to do things by themselves. They like be incentivized. It's a good alternative to learn a new language. I like both, but I know that's totally possible learn a new language, be fluent in your country without travel. We can talk and study the same way. And that's it that I think.
Yes, guys. I am an example of it because I never studied English before. I started to study English last year in January that I paid for a private teacher. And I just say to myself, oh, I want to change my life. I want to improve my skills and my abilities to do something new. And I paid for the teacher, but I was studying by myself, like in the same time. It's important. And in April, I start to come here and talk to practice what I was learning. And was so important because you need to study the grammar and the verb and these things, and you need to practice. Like if you want to speak, you need to speak. If you want to improve your writing skills, you need to write. It's different abilities. But if it's really that you really want it, like you need to have constancy because if you do like every day, of course that will you will improve. There is not another way to do that. So yeah, I'm here and I'm trying, and every day that I come here, I feel that I am better. but it's something that just you can do, you know. Yes, a teacher can help you, and we have a lot of apps and of language and a lot of things on YouTube, but you need to do something like every day. Just I think this is the only way to achieve your goal. And what about you, Luis? What do you think about this question?
I agree with you all. It's possible to improve your English without your skills, without go abroad. But I had a chance to visit. I live in India for 5 months, and I had to had to lead a team, a development team, and was an important experience which helped me a lot with my English, even with the Indian English. You are a very nice person, sir. But was important because I had to learn how to deal with the problems myself, how to explain. I need a bottle. How could I explain? I need some to drink the to drink. How to explain? I don't know. Couple. How to explain what was needed was a very important thing. And then when I returned to Brazil, I stopped to speak English, and that was very difficult. And then when I had a chance to embrace talking talks to immersion, to make immersions, was very important for me. I'm backing up to speed again.
Yes, I love this platform. Like I love Talk and Talk. It's not a platform, but I love the people that come here. It's a very kind people, you know, you will never be judged here. It's a place to be yourself, and you can feel safe to talking about your professional and personal life, you know. And yeah, it's for that I am still here and I became a host. By the way, I'm sorry for my mistakes like a host, because it's like I'm just start to to become a host, and sometimes I don't know how things works here. Uh, guys, okay, and the question number 4: besides the language, which things a person can learn in going to abroad? Oh, and but well, I believe I never go abroad. I don't have this opportunity yet, but I think it's about the culture. Of course, we will know about the other habits that people have, and this is so interesting because we can go out of our comfortable zone, because sometimes we think, oh, I'm here, I live in my life, it's like everything that I know how to do the things, like I work and I clean my house, I take care of my dog, you know. But when I go to another environment with different thoughts and different opinions and different habits, like it's totally different, the way that you are living now. It's like it's a new experience, and I believe that you change your mind, you change your mentality. It's like, oh my god, I cannot talk too much about this, but I have some idea when I hear people saying that, oh, I go to New York or I go to Canada and these things happen. So I believe that it's a amazing experience for your life, and I hope one day I can live this experience. I think everyone need this, but I know that it's not our reality. Mostly here in Brazil, we don't. It's not everyone that can do these things because we work so hard and we earn a lot at salaries. Sometimes it's just possible to pay rent house and to pay our bills, you know. It's not the reality for everyone to go abroad, but we can learn a lot, of course. And what about you, Camila? What do you think?
I think we can, of course, we can learn a lot of things. We can try to eat different kind of food. So I think the biggest thing is when you allow yourself to have a different experience. For example, if you know that you have to deal with different culture or different kind of people, and as we are talking about food, sometimes you don't not so okay with the food from this place. So this is the big deal for me, when you have the conscience that you are going to deal with hard things sometimes, but you have to do this. And now here in Brazil, we have all the things so easy, right? We know where eat, we know how to buy. I don't know, what do you want? And when you are going abroad, I was by myself. So it's really hard when you have to ask it to someone and to be clear, understandable, and then go to, I don't know, try different kind of food and worry about the healthy stuff. So this is the big things for me. But I think it is the things that I can learn is relate to different culture, and to be deal with problems and different kind of people. For me is the biggest thing.
Yes. Oh, you said like very interesting things, and it's important to thinking about. Um, Tiago and Christian, something happened in another room. I don't know.
No, we just finished the questions.
Oh, okay. So this is the first the first um time that happened. So congratulations, guys, because we are in the question number 4. And what about, I think, Odmar, about the question number 4?
I think I agree pretty much with Camila said, and then Luis said something related with this. For example, you have to know about the customs, not costumes. I think costumes is another thing, but you have to know about the culture to not do mistakes. So to be respectful and be understandable when you need to ask something. But I love to try new foods and new drinkings and new kind of drinkings, and the culture for me is very rich. It's something very rich. You can learn about architecture, you can about history, you can learn about many things that's not don't have you in your own country. So it's you have an open mind. You can learn so much when you can travel abroad. You can travel when you go abroad. It's a very nice. It's a life experience going abroad for every place you go. That's it.
Yes.
Even if you travel to Brazil in different regions, you can do that. Not
Yes,
only
it's
abroad.
true. It's true.
So the
Oh,
culture is I think it's the most important part is the culture.
yes. Oh, you say something that it's very important, because we need to open our minds, because sometimes people are so cold and so close that they cannot learn with the other people. They
Sometimes
think,
they are afraid. Sometimes
yes,
they're just afraid about try something different.
yes, it's
So you
true.
have to lose your fears.
It's not a
Yeah.
personal thing, right? You don't need to worry about yourself. They are like this, so you don't need to feel,
Yes.
oh, just why just with me, but they are like this. You don't need to feel so bad about this, in my opinion, yes.
Yes, I think some
Yes.
countries that's a little bit hard to us. Some, for example, if we go to some place in Africa, especially for women or Middle East, is the culture is very different, and sometimes the way they treat the women is not so good. So some places are very hard to us to live their culture, but I think most of the places it's okay.
Yes, we need to prepare ourselves, not only with money, but with our minds. We need to deal with people. It's really hard to deal with people, even here in Brazil. So yes, for sure. And what about you, Luis? What do you think?
Before to travel to India, I have to read a lot of things about India because the company said it's very important to learn the culture. And I tried different options of food, but I too spicy. And then I could have lunch outside the hotel. I tried different foods, but unfortunately too spicy. And then what saved me was McFish in McDonald's during the lunchtime. All days McFish or McMarajá to help me with food. And in India, it's very poor people in the streets, and the food is not good. It's very inappropriated food. But religion is very important too for them. So I visited temples, which was very amazing places. And something that you, besides the language, the thing you can learn about the country is the religion. In my case, was the religion, the temples and other space for meditation, like uh, there are tombs and temples in India, so there are a lot of them. I visited a couple once.
And guys, I have a question and something that I am curious about is the question number 7. In your opinion, it's important learning basic phrases in the local language before travel. For example, because I already hear that people when go to Paris, for example, you need to know a little bit about French because people can be rude if you don't speak French. This is really happened because I just know how to speak in English, and sometimes I think, oh, I want to go to Italy, for example, where I don't speak Italian, but like it's an important thing to learn the basic phrases in the local language. What do you think about Camila?
I had the experience in France, but I don't know nothing about the France the language, but they don't like to speak in English, so they try to talk in the natural language, and then I decide to speak in English, and then they okay go to speak in English, but not so happy. But they need
Mhm.
to know there is a tourist place, and so you have to understand that they don't like, but they need it. So if you try harder, don't be afraid about it, and they accepted your proposition. I guess I don't know.
Yes, and you, Odimar, you already happened with these things with you?
Yes, when I travel, for example, to Italy, I think it's much better when you know the simple expressions, how to ask about direct directions. I think it's better if you know something about the local expressions. It's always better, but sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes you don't have time, you don't have the time to study the English, so uh, maybe you can go to a tourist like that. At least I go to places that always have tourist help. So you go there so that there is people trained to talk in other languages. It's better. It's better, but it helps a lot. I think it helps a lot to know some expressions.
Yes, and I believe that it's not so hard when you need to know some basic expressions because you can use the Google Translator, for example. If just a
Sure.
simple word, like a simple
Yes.
phrase, you can.
Now it's easier. Now it's to translate and by Google and just okay. The Google is for you. The speak to you for you.
Yes.
It's
and and guys, we don't have.
China.
Thank you, Jumar.
China, I think
And
it's impossible to learn anything. Sorry.
yes,
Okay.
it's really difficult. Guys, we don't have more time for questions. I'm sorry. But let me know, Rebecca, what do you think about this topic and what do you think about this conversation?
Yeah, it's really nice. I always like to talk about travel with other country, language, cultures. It's always a nice topic.
Oh, great. And for you, Vinicius, how was the conversation in another room?
Well, it's very good. I like to talk with Lorinha and Yasmin. Uh, I I talk only 5 questions because uh, we talk a lot.
Oh, great. And what about you, Thiago? You just say that you answer all the questions, and this never happened with me, and I never saw it. But how was the conversation for you?
To me was a very good because I'm learn things, and in the second time I can finish all the questions. It's very good.
Oh, perfect. So, guys, I put the survey in the chat, so you can put new ideas about the topic in this immersion, and you can say whatever you want because it's anonymous. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And I'm sorry for my mistakes. Sometimes, I'm learning yet how to become a good host, but I'm doing my best. And my immersion, it's for beginners and happen every Friday at 6 p.m. So in my next immersion, I will talking about getting ready for a new job because I'm looking for a job. And I think this is an important topic to talking about. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for your present today and have a nice week. Bye.